Emeka lives in Peshinkara in the northern part of the country as a bachelor. He runs a small business as a newspaper vendor. He has a small store where he displays his newspapers. People come there to buy, some sit to read and discuss about what they read in the dailies. Sometimes the stories or information from the newspaper brings argument among Emeka's customers and sometimes fun for some other persons. Emeka has a motorbike that he uses as a means of transportation to deliver daily newspapers to his customers in their various homes and offices. Emeka went to an area called Bata to deliver newspaper in a law firm. He met Miriam, who is the secretary of the law firm. He gave Miriam some newspapers to give to her boss. She collected them and went to her boss's office to drop them on his table. She came out to see Emeka. As at that time, Emeka was about to start his bike. She stopped Emeka and asked of his name. Emeka told her his name. She said Emeka's face is familiar, that she has been wondering where she knew him from, and she was not being able to figure it out. Emeka looked at her with a smile, asking her where she stays. She said Peshinkara, and Emeka said, I think that should be where you know this face from, because I live there too. Oh, you are correct. You are the newspaper vendor who owns that store near the community entrance gate, said Miriam, and Emeka replied, Yes, I am the one. Okay, by the way, my name is Miriam. Emeka said, Nice meeting you. I will take my leave now. And Emeka left. In the evening, the next day, when Miriam was coming back from work, he saw Emeka. Emeka stopped and told her to join him on his bike. Miriam sat at the passenger seat of the motorbike. When they got to the community gate where Miriam is to stop, she told Emeka to stop there, but Emeka insisted that he will stop at her place. She directed Emeka to her street and later to her house. Emeka stopped at her place and she waved Emeka goodbye. Chief Chinendu called his son on the phone. He was asking how he was doing. He told his father that he was doing great. His father asked if he has seen a loyal and humble lady to marry him. Emeka said not yet, hoping to get one very soon. His father wished him the best and hung up. Miriam and Emeka became friends and fond of each other. Miriam went to visit Emeka in his house. She saw only a student's mattress and a radio in the small room. Emeka told her to sit on the bed, telling her this is where he lives, that he does not have much. It was time for Emeka to eat. He brought out a small bowl of garri, groundnut, bottled water, and sugar. He added everything together in the bowl and told Miriam to join him if she does not mind. With joy, Miriam ate with him. They gisted. She laughed whenever Emeka drops a joke. She stayed for an hour and left to her house. Emeka could not sleep throughout the night. He was thinking of Miriam. He was wondering if ladies like her still exist in this world. He said to himself, she joined me to drink garri and groundnut. She did not mind my status, a poor newspaper vendor to a high-class secretary of a big law firm. Early the next day, Emeka heard a knock on his door. It was Miriam. She hurriedly gave him a bag. In the bag was food flasks, and she left immediately. Emeka opened the food flasks. It was jollof rice and fried chicken. He was surprised to see that kind of food that morning. He sat and ate the food. Miriam and Emeka continued their friendship for 6 months. Emeka invited Miriam to his house. While they were discussing, Emeka's phone rang. It was Emeka's mom, asking how he was doing and if he had seen any lady of his choice. He said yes, and his mother was happy and hung up. Miriam asked who he was talking to, and he said, "My mother." She asked if she was fine, and he said, "Yes, she is fine." Emeka later thought within himself that it is time for me to open up to Miriam that I would love to marry her. Emeka boldly asked Miriam if she will marry him. Miriam said yes. Few weeks later, Emeka had an accident with his bike. He was taken to the hospital. Miriam heard the news, rushed down to the hospital. She saw Emeka injured. His left leg was wrapped with bandage. In the evening, Miriam will go see Emeka, care for him, and check on him before going to work in the morning. 3 weeks later, he was discharged from the hospital. He went home. Later on, Emeka was now fit to start his business again. Miriam was always helping Emeka to sell his newspaper whenever she is free. One day, a convoy of 7 exotic cars entered Bedtime town, and they were asking of Chinonso. Nobody knows who Chinonso was. One of the drivers asked an elderly man of Chinonso. He said he does not know, but he knows of an Igbo man who sells newspaper by the entrance of the gate. They can ask him. They went to the entrance gate, saw a stall full of newspapers. They were about to ask when Miriam came out and saw a convoy of exotic cars, and she went in to call Emeka to come see exotic cars outside a store. Emeka came out, saw his father coming out from one of the cars. He greeted his father and introduced Miriam to him. He closed his store and told Miriam to follow him. Miriam was wondering what's going on. Miriam joined him in one of the cars. Later, while they were driving, Miriam asked him, "What is happening?" Emeka told her that I am not Emeka. My real name is Chinonso. I had failed relationship in the past. This lady called Felicia ran away with my money, not minding how much I love her and how much I spent on her. I took her out to 5-star restaurants, boutique, holidays in Paris, Italy, America, yet she left with my money and got married to another man. So I decided to change location, disguised as a poor newspaper vendor, to find true love and a good woman to marry. I own businesses in and out of this country. So I'm sorry, my dear, if I hid this from you for long, said Emeka. Miriam was shocked. She shed tears of joy. Emeka took her to her house. She was surprised to see mansion and exotic cars. Emeka went to see Miriam's parents in Kaduna later, and made his intention known. Miriam and Emeka got married. They both had 2 children, a boy and a girl, and they live happily ever after.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and click the notification bell for more interesting stories.